I told you before, I don't know if we were on air yet or not, but first time I met you was out in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
I was at Box Union, and I was there for a Hixo event.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is because I just found out about you, right? So I just started seeing your mitt work, and truth be told, I'm looking at your mitts because I got to get my mitt game right. I think the cool thing about that though, man, was I think the Instagram coach was kind of really just popping off. You were really at the forefront of that. And so to meet you in person, and you were super humble at that moment, just willing to introduce yourself. We kind of had a quick chat, nothing extensive.
Yeah.
But I think that was for me, that's what actually brought me out to the West Side was a moment like that. I was like, yo, these coaches like AJ are out here, and so I ended up going out to the West Side. But you had some time with Rumble at that time. I think it was, I don't know if you were with Rumble at that time yet.
No, not yet.
Right.
I think I may or may not have been reached out to by them.
Okay.
Already. Yeah.
But so take me into that. So obviously you're doing your thing. You were a promoter. You're now, throwing some mitt work up on Instagrams, looking sick, getting a little bit more of a following, I imagine.
Yeah.
Rumble reaches out. Can you take me through and take us through just what that process was like from going to one gym and one style of gym into this more boutique style fitness?
Yeah.
What was that transition like for you, and how did you kind of navigate that?
So at the time, there weren't any, as far as I knew of, any concepts for boxing in the fitness space that were boxing inspired, and this is our concept, besides the ones that I had either trained at on the west side of LA. Because like I said, there weren't any around.
Right.
So Boxing Burn, where I worked at, Glove Works was a thing already with my boy Leon. These were the only spaces that had boxing as if you want a membership at this place, our specialty is boxing.
Right.
Obviously, we got other pieces of equipment. We got other trainers with different, backgrounds, and you're going to get a really good workout here, but we're boxing. This is a boxing gym.
Right.
We have a ring in here. We got heavy bags. We got trainers holding mitts. This is a boxing gym.
Right.
Or, a boxing-inspired workout that you're going to do.
Yeah.
And Rumble was making a lot of noise at the time because they had a lot of big-name investors. They were making a bunch of noise in New York.
Right.
And
is that where they originated from? New York.
Originated
Okay.
in New York. Rumble Boxing, founded by my boy Noah Neiman.
That's right.
And my boy Joe Ferraro, he hit me up on Instagram, because at the time, my Instagram was popping like that, and they would just people would hit me up with business opportunities, and this was the first time somebody from the New York market had reached out.
Right.
And I'm like, oh man, this is kind of crazy.
Yeah, you're in LA at this
Yeah,
time.
and I was doing my own concept with my boy Brian, and we were ready. We were taking on potential investors to open up our own space.
Okay.
And so it was yo, I'm sorry, man. I appreciate you reaching out. This is really cool, but I don't think this is for me. And I saw the concept, and I was like, it's a little too fluffy for what I do. I'm a blue collar guy. I'm around serious fighters. I train people on the mitts. I never put on a microphone and taught a group fitness concept because I'm aligning them at the time, which some people don't still. I don't understand, but I align them with, Soul Cycle, Berries, Orange Theory. These are group fitness concepts.
Right. This is really boutique fitness. When you think of those names, that's what you're thinking of, and that's kind of where you're seeing them kind of carve their lane out.
So I was like, that's not my space. I don't do that. And I know you guys are reaching out to me because you have a studio in mind of opening up in LA.
Right.
And I was like, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. And it's funny, where the studio is now, down the street is a property me and a couple former business partners were looking into to opening up a space of our own. And the concept would have been similar to what you see at Gloveworks and Boxing because that's just where I came from and where we came from.
Right.
And so yeah, they by the time that idea kind of dissolved for my own concept, I got reached out to again, but this time by their founder Eugene Rem,
okay,
who also owns the Catch restaurants.